so many incredible front court players in the history of the WNBA. And we have a great matchup tonight between two of the best currently going at it.
Hey, look at the skill set of that matchup tonight. It's as elite as you can get in the entire W.
Well, they both do so much for their teams every time they take the court. This is truly a marquee matchup that everyone has tuned in to see.
Now here's Mitchell. Pass to Hines Allen. Clark. Boston sets a screen.
Off the mark there with the three.
I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Looked good here, too. I'm as shocked as you.
Shot's good by Clark.
A nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play, great bucket in transition.
That's how to play aggressive, attacking basketball.
And that's matching your defense with your offense.
Now here's Brown. Pass to Magbagor. Horston. She's covered by Cunningham.
4 on the shot clock.
Here's Heidemann for three. It's hauled in by Boston. Mitchell outside.
Lets the three fly.
It's rebounded by Seattle. Lexi Brown on the wing. She's covered by Mitchell. And that one drops for her.
Just a huge hole in the defense, and she didn't waste any time going through it.
Mitchell with it. Pass to Clark.
From about 19 feet.
And she nails the jumper.
She had her head on a swivel and was able to still pick out the pass and get the assist.
Seattle with the ball. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Now here's Magbagor. From deep. That's no good. Misses her first shot of the night. And when you watch Ezzy Magbagor, her defense is what stands out to me, fellas.
A perennial all-defensive team member, Ezzy is long at 6'4" and defends with effort. Don't you dare sleep on her offense, though. It continues to get better with each year. The defense cannot forget about her like that. If you do, she will light you up.
Here's Heidemann. She's covered by Clark. Pass to Horston. From deep. Sinks the three-pointer.
Making just enough threes to keep the D honest. Jordan Horston.
Indiana trailing. Now Mitchell. Clark outside. Cunningham.
Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Screen by Magbagor. Pass to Horston. 6 to shoot. And here's Brown. The three-pointer, no good. Here's Cunningham. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Outside, Hines Allen. And a miss there on the triple. Now here's Brown. Pass to Heidemann. Back to Brown. Now Heidemann. Now Brown. Takes the three. It's hauled in by Boston. Clark outside. Here's Mitchell. She's covered by Brown. Shoots the three. The shot by Mitchell, no good.
They got lucky. They got lucky. And the defense is taking a big chance, leaving her open behind the arc. And I'm not sure I'm okay with that game plan.
Now here's Brown. Here's Malunga. Her second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Well done to finish that one off.
And it's the Fever ball, trailing by 4. Pass to Boston. Now here's Clark. She's guarded closely. The basket drops, and she gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up for her. Hey, that couldn't be more obvious. Caitlin Clark has had an incredible impact on the Fever.
Well, just look at the individual numbers. Led the league in assists, second in minutes played, and the team impact during her rookie year, they ended an 8-year playoff drought.
And a return to the playoffs for the Fever in 2024. It was a huge step forward for the team.
For sure, snapping a 7-year hiatus. And what's incredible is before that, the Fever went to 12 straight postseasons from 2005 to 2016. So this is an organization that is used to winning.
Now here's McBagor. Looking for her first basket still in this one. One of the blockbuster trades in recent WNBA history. Seattle trading Jewel Lloyd away in a 3-team deal.
Yeah, Jewel going to Los Angeles after 10 seasons and 5 All-Star appearances with the Storm. Seattle ends up with the 2nd pick in the 2025 draft and a 2026 first as well. That's a great haul if you ask me.
And that one misses. Last year, the league debuted the reset timeout. What did you think of it, Brian?
Well, I loved it. I mean, you get to advance the ball late in games, but there's no huddle, no drawing up plays by the coaches.
Yeah, Brian, I think it's been a great addition. It keeps the game moving, keeps the energy level high during end-of-game situations. I mean, I think the NBA should adopt it.
And she's good on the second.
You look at someone like Ezzy Magbagor, a modern big, length defensively, can hit jumpers, just so talented.
Pass to Billings. Back to Clark. On the wing, Kelsey Mitchell. Puts up a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
It's important that Mitchell keeps hitting from deep because that's going to help open up the offense.
Now here's Horston. Screen by McBagor. For 3. It's hauled in by Boston. The Fever with the lead. Pass to Mitchell. Back to Boston. Clark. Fires the 3. And another 3 for Indiana.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Now here's McBagor. And here's Heidemann. Malonga sets a screen. And the basket by Brown.
Well, she can give it as good as she gets.
We're seeing some gamesmanship right now. Answers right back with a 3 of her own.
Here's Mitchell. Outside Billings. Pass to Clark. To the paint. Here's Boston. The shot is good on the assist from Caitlin Clark.
Well, the moment Boston gets that rock around the rim, it is really tough to stop her.
Now McBagor. Now Heidemann. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Shot clock at 6. McBagor in the post. Billings is there. And it's out of bounds to the Storm as Seattle retains possession. Here's Heidemann. Screen by McBagor. Here's the 3. Heidemann, no good. Indiana with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Mitchell outside. Pass to Clark. The tray. And another 3 for Indiana.
Yeah, that's great ball movement by Kelsey Mitchell. Finds a way to get it to her open teammate.
Here's McBagor. Screen by McBagor. Samuelson right side.
Foul called that time on the way up, and that'll give her 2 chances at the free throw line.
It's going to be on Maisha Hines-Allen. In the draft, the Seattle Storm took Dominique Malunga with the 2nd pick.
It was their highest pick since 2016 when they took someone by the name of, I think, Brianna Stewart. That's her name? First overall? Yeah, that's it. That one worked out. The Storm got the 6'6" Malunga, an incredible prospect from France. She's got such a bright future.
The first one falls.
From a basketball family, Katie Lou Samuelson's sister, Carly, has played with the Sparks. Her other sister, Bonnie, was a big-time college player. I can only imagine the games of horse those three had growing up.
She hits both from the stripe. In the offseason, the Fever were aggressive in pursuing veterans.
Well, the Fever, they like their core, and they want to win now. They signed a bunch of veterans, including Sophie Cunningham, and this is a team that wants to win now. They're sick of losing in Indiana.
A shot by Mitchell, no good. The Storm trail.
Pass to Heidemann. Now Melbourne.
And here's Magbagor.
She's guarded by Billings.
A nice shot by Magbagor.
I like how Magbagor picks her spots on offense, knows when to look to score inside.
And here's Walker Kimbrough.
Now here's Boston.
Now Walker Kimbrough. 6 on the shot clock.
Leah Boston, she's open.
And again, it's Indiana converting.
Showing serious confidence in her J. Boston just so skilled.
And the Storm with possession. Trailing by 4.
And here's Heidemann.
Wyatt so far offensively searching for her first points of the game.
Pass to Magbagor. Now Malunga. And Aaliyah Boston with the block.
Well, Boston has great length that we don't see too often in the W. He definitely knows how to put it to work.
What a remarkable defensive play. The replay showing once again the tenacity on that end.
That's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
So both teams changing it up here. So it's Indiana now. They lead by 4.
Pass to Hull.
From outside the arc, hits the 3-point bomb.
Well, from range, Lexi Hull, very effective. Certainly a player you cannot give open looks to.
Now Melbourne.
Now here's Dolson.
She's guarded by Boston.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball at one end with their own.
A 3-point battle starting to take shape here.
And so the first quarter in the books. Fever ahead, up by 4. And we'll bring you the start of quarter 2 when we return. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And what stands out to you from the Fever in this one?
It's been a solid first half for them offensively, really in tune with each other.
Yeah, good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard for sure.
Now here's Dantas.
Over Holmes. Dantas' shot is off.
That's a shot she's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Dolson with the screen. Pass to Samuelson.
Offensive board.
The Fever leading. Harris with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pulls up on the wing. And it's Dolson with the rebound.
The shot was there for her. She had to take it, And I don't care if she didn't convert. She should take it again next time.
Here's Melbourne. Pass to Cook.
Let's go with a three.
Aaliyah Boston grabs the miss.
And it's the Fever ball. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
That's a heads-up play right there, guys. Not just on the assist, but also on the finish.
Here's Melbourne.
Covered by Harris. Now Dolson. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
A myriad of moves and ways to score inside. Dolson is excellent close to the basket.
And the 2023 Rookie of the Year, Aaliyah Boston, is a treat to watch.
Oh, yeah, she's a lot of fun. Personally, I love her passing, ability to run offense through the post. Boston is such an unselfish player, team first, traits that we don't normally associate with first overall picks like her.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Storm will get the ball here.
And that shot was going nowhere thanks to the aggressive swat.
And you can see the mindset she has. When the game's this close, she's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
So both teams making some changes here. We're now around 2 minutes into this second quarter.
Horston, she's covered by Cunningham.
Dolson sets a screen. And again, it's the Storm missing. Pass to Harris. Clock at 6. On the wing, Shatori Walker-Kimbrough. She's covered by Brown. Now here's Dolson. She's tightly guarded. To the wing, right side. Here's Heidemann. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. And so she earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and she'll shoot 2.
One thing a lot of WNBA fans talk about is how sharp the defense is in this league.
And I think that illustrates what a strong team mentality there is across the board. Individual stats really come second. Titles and team accolades, those come first.
And we see it in the passing, too. You're not going to find better assist work than you do in the WNBA.
And she makes the first. So it's both teams making substitutions here. So she gets them both.
We know basketball is big in Indiana, and man, do they love the Fever here.
I mean, this place is normally sold out these days, massive crowds with tons of energy. This might be the best home court advantage in the W.
Now here's Mitchell. And she lays it straight in.
Just a strong finish through contact. Kelsey Mitchell refusing to be out-muscled. I love to see that kind of physicality from her.
Here's Heidemann. On the wing, Jordan Horston.
And again, it's the Storm missing. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Pass to Mitchell. Beyond the arc.
Kept alive. Boston.
Harris.
Outside Cunningham.
And here's Harris. The 3.
The basket good off the assist from Sophie Cunningham.
I love the poise and confidence Harris plays with. She doesn't hesitate on catch and shoot opportunities.
Seattle calls timeout.
Well, it's hard to stay healthy, and Aaliyah Boston's done a great job of being available.
Well, she didn't miss a game during her first 2 years in the league, which is pretty incredible, playing more than 30 minutes per contest. But Boston doesn't just show up. She plays hard.
And the Storm making a change here. Fever on D. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game.
Pass to Malunga. Aaliyah Boston with some nice defense there.
Right wing, Harris. Dantas the screen. Now Mitchell to the inside.
Here's Boston.
Soft touch off the glass.
No stopping Aaliyah Boston. Too much strength.
Here's Seattle.
And here's Heidemann. On the wing, Jordan Horston.
Pass to Dolson to stop the run. A rebound by Harris.
Even without that 3-ball dropping for her, the defense should have done way more on that last play.
Yeah, I mean, the D's got to be better as a coach. You can't stand seeing her having that much space to get her shot off.
Now here's Harris. 6 on the shot clock.
Now Boston. Malunga covering. Boston with the bucket.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, that was a very high-quality shot they created.
And they're struggling to keep up.
We'll see if they can turn things around on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty.
Now here's Horston.
Pass to Heidemann. Down low. Now Brown. Clock at 4. Back to Dolson. Launches it. That shot is no good, and she's 1 for 3 from the floor. And stolen by Dolson.
Here's Heidemann.
Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
Keeping her head on a swivel, Horston enjoys setting up her teammates.
Now Mitchell. She has 5. Blocked. And they get it back. Here's Harris. And it's off from 3-point range.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
Now here's Malunga. Heidemann.
Covered by Harris.
Back to Malunga.
Here's Brown. That ball is in the basket. She's now shot 6 and made 3.
You just can't let Brown get her feet set. Shoot comfortably off the pass. She will bury those all night.
Timeout called the Fever.
Outside Cunningham. Caitlin Clark with the 3. The rebound by Malunga.
She may have been surprised to find herself so open. I mean, maybe that's why she missed.
Heidemann.
Pass to Magbagor. Screen by Magbagor. 6 to shoot. And the Storm tack on 2 more.
Sweet touch from the in-between area. Horston takes what the defense gives.
Clark with it. 15 points in the game. Fires for 3. Count that as her 7th field goal in 10 tries. She's shooting a nifty 70%.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
And that one's good. Heidemann.
How about that for a response?
We'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
It's turning into a 3-point contest.
Now here's Mitchell. She has 5. Caitlin Clark with the three. And another three for Indiana.
Can they make some sort of defensive adjustment? Because guess what? She is killing them from three-point range.
And even when they have closed out on her, she's still knocking them down. I mean, this is just an unbelievable performance we're seeing right now. She always knows where her teammates are going to be, and she'll have that ball there waiting for them.
Clark outside. On the wing, Kelsey Mitchell.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and she'll shoot one more at the line.
You know, it's rare to see players stick in the same place, especially in this era. So it's special seeing Kelsey Mitchell on the Fever.
Well, she went second overall to Indiana back in 2018. And listen, there wasn't much winning for Mitchell her first 6 years in Indianapolis, but she never complained, and the Fever have turned things around.
Well, watching the 2024 playoffs, you felt so good for Kelsey Mitchell.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, here's someone who had never been close to the postseason and then makes her first trip in her 7th year. And she showed out, dropping 21 in her playoff debut.
Heidemann. Pass to Horston.
Brown. The three ball. Hines Allen pulls it in. The Fever with the lead. Here's Mitchell. Hines Allen, defended by Magbegor. Mitchell outside. Misses the three.
Even with every shot clanging off the iron, she seems determined to continue hoisting up these threes. But I think it's time to maybe take a step in.
Is it just me, or does it feel like she's gotten every rebound in this game?
No, it's not just you. And look, a 20-plus rebounding game just isn't something we get to see very often.
We just sit back and enjoy the show.
Absolutely.
And the first half now in the books. Fever ahead, up 9. And we'll see you right after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. Now the second half about to get started up again any moment.
Man, it has been an incredible game here from Caitlin Clark.
It's amazing to watch. She spoils us with her performances game in, game out. And so far, another big scoring night for her.
And oftentimes when she puts up that many points in the first half, she follows it up with an even better second half. So we'll see if that happens again here.
And here is Mitchell. Pass to Clark.
Cunningham. Offensive rebound.
It's good on the putback.
Yeah, defensively, you have to box out Boston. She is too good on the glass.
Here's Heidemann. She's covered by Clark.
Here's Horston.
Screen by Magbegor. And stolen by Cunningham. Clark outside. Finds Allen. Clark outside.
Outside Cunningham.
Shot clock at 6. Pass to Clark. Jacks up a 3.
The basket good off the assist from Sophie Cunningham.
Well, Cunningham is such an impressive distributor, and passes like these are why her teammates love playing with her.
Now here's McMagor, covered by Hines Allen. Now here's McMagor. Here's Heidemann. It's hauled in by Aaliyah Boston.
Indiana with the ball. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Now Clark. She's got 24.
Outside Cunningham.
And another three for Indiana.
Starting to pull away here. They're putting some points up.
Yeah, this one's threatening to get out of hand pretty soon.
Seattle with the ball. Nothing yet for them here in the third quarter.
Malunga outside.
Brown. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. Inside. Hines Allen, good.
A big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose, guys.
And that goes for both ends of the floor. They've been controlling the action everywhere.
Just dominant.
Seattle calls timeout.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter.
Brown with it.
8 points for her. Just 5 to shoot. Here's McMagor. And that one good.
That assist got a little nod from her teammate after the bucket.
And these guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assists.
When everybody's involved offensively, it's in a way helping you defensively too.
Now here's Clark. Pass to Hines Allen.
Good, and it's Aaliyah Boston who picks up the assist.
That's what I call pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open teammate was.
And here's Brown. Here's Heidemann.
7 points in the game.
Forced in the screen.
Launches a three, and that one's good. Heidemann.
You know, she's done a ton to help this team, but if they're going to come back, she needs to do even more.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Now here's Mitchell. She's guarded closely. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
McMagor up top, covered by Hines Allen. Screen by McMagor.
Fires from deep. And again, Seattle with the triple.
Defense doesn't think they have to challenge McMagor at the arc, but as he sinks a focused three-point shot.
Pass to Clark. The three is up. It's good, and that takes her to 77% shooting this game, 10 for 13.
And she answers right back with a three of her own.
Oh my, they're getting into it. We have got a duel shaping up right now.
Here's Heidemann.
10 points for her.
Now here's McMagor.
And here's Brown. And the Storm, another three.
Lots of fantastic players in this league, no doubt about it. But who do you consider the most versatile?
I'll go with Napheesa Collier. She pretty much fills it up everywhere on the stat sheet, whether it's points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Collier gives you everything.
And you mentioned those numbers. I mean, she's been a defensive player of the year as well. You know, Collier can guard or play basically every position. You know, Napheesa Collier is a superstar with serious versatility.
Here's Heidemann. Pass to Horston. Now Malunga. McMagor in the post. She's covered by Cunningham.
Nice low post offense.
Indiana with the ball. Mitchell outside. Here's Clark. To the middle. Hines Allen.
Ezzy Magbagor, get that shot out of here.
Pass to Heidemann. Magbagor covered by Hines Allen.
Back to Magbagor.
Gets it down to single digits.
And they're really tightening up now, guys. Their offense has been really unstoppable of late.
Yeah, and I don't know why it took them as long as it did to finally get things going, but you know what they say, Tim, it's better late than never.
And I'm happy because finally we got a good game.
And she's good on the 3 ball.
Yeah, she's found a rhythm here in the third quarter, and you can sense her confidence. Everything she puts up from long range seems to be falling.
Now here's Horston.
5 points in the game. And it's good for 2.
Look at Horston getting aggressive inside, working for the high percentage look.
Now here's Clark. 30 points in the game. And here's Kelsey Mitchell for 3. And another 3 for Indiana.
Good ball movement. She put that pass in the ideal spot, and I can guarantee you her teammate appreciated it.
Now here's Horston.
She has 7.
Back to Magbagor.
That ball is good for another field goal, her 6th, and she's at a 6 for 9 on the stat sheet. So it's Indiana now. 11-point game. Now a timeout called by Indiana. Now Hines Allen. Clark outside. 5 to shoot. Knocks down the 3 ball.
They come out of halftime smoking hot from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and as hot as they are from out there, there's absolutely no reason not to just keep letting them fly.
I agree, Brian. They should all have the green light.
And a shot by Brown, no good.
And like a few other current players, Maisha Hines Allen broke out at the 2020 Wubble.
Yeah, there were lots of players opting out of that season. Hines Allen got more playing time. And that season, I think it showed off the incredible depth of this league, proving that all some players like a Hines Allen need is just a chance to play. But when she's shooting it with conviction, Horston, really dangerous.
Mitchell with it. 11 points in the game. Pass to Clark. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound, Fever. Here's Hines Allen. And she drops it in from the low post.
Yeah, we've seen Maisha Hines Allen hit threes, but she's at her best mixing it up inside.
Here's Melbourne. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Now Horston.
Here's Magbagor. She's guarded by Boston. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And this is how effective Magbagor can be. All about getting into a rhythm.
Mitchell outside. Pass to Clark.
Boston sets a screen.
There's the 3. And Clark gets the 3.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Here's Melbourne. Brown. Tried to come right back with the 3 of her own, but it's no good. Mitchell left side. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And she banks in the layup.
Well, in the paint, Mitchell's power gives her an edge. She's able to get around any defenders.
And here's Magbagor. 16 points for her. Lets it go from deep. That shot off. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Fever ahead, up by 16. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. Welcome back. Fourth quarter of action starting up in what has been a one-side show. Here's Heidemann, covered by Harris. This one for 3. Heidemann, no good. So it's Indiana now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Not watching the line there, and that'll be a backcourt violation. Pass to Melbourne. Now Holmes. And the call is going to be, an illegal screen.
You have to make sure your feet are set. When you set those screens, they'll get you for it.
I thought maybe she was set. Now, I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think maybe they got that one wrong.
Now here's Harris. Outside Cunningham. Mitchell. Off target from three-point range. Here's Heidemann, covered by Harris. Now Heidemann. Back to Samuelson. Good on the three-point shot.
Oh, for elite shooters like a Katie Lou Samuelson, those corner threes, they almost feel like layups.
Stolen away. Here's Holmes. She's covered by Mitchell. Here's Samuelson. That one falls, coming off Stephanie Dolson's feed.
And now both of these teams really in a groove here late.
Yeah, and this game was already high scoring, but they've really taken it to another level here down the stretch.
Such a treat to watch, Brian.
Now here's Mitchell. Outside Billings. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over to the left wing. From the arc. Harris can't hit. Here's Seattle. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Dolson in the post, working on Dantas. The lead now cut to single digits.
A sensational run has them on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead.
It's been an unreal turnaround, and I'm going to credit their defense right along with their offense for giving them the spark they needed.
It has been, on both sides of the court, what they've needed.
Here's Heidemann. Pass to Samuelson. Melbourne. Dolson. She's guarded by Dantas. And it's good.
For the fourth quarter, it looked like it was just going to be a formality, but their offense picked up at exactly the right time.
Something gave them a jolt, and now they're just draining everything. We've got some fireworks in store for us down the stretch, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Now here's Harris. There's the triple. Heidemann grabs the miss.
You don't want to give up that kind of look often.
They're very lucky they didn't get burned.
Dolson makes it off the glass.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally, they got the run they needed to get back into this game.
I didn't think it was going to happen, Tim, but they have finally turned it on, and now they need stops.
Absolutely, need stops now.
Again, the miss by the Fever. Seattle trailing here. Samuelson outside. Pass to Holmes. And here's Heidemann, covered by Harris. Here's Heidemann from past the arc. And it's Billings with the rebound. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. A three from Kelsey Mitchell. Storm with the rebound.
Some of the shots she's taken today have been absolute head scratchers. She's out there playing like it's a game of horse, and it's not.
Here's Heidemann, three-pointer, and Stephanie Dolson hits from deep.
When a player has confidence like Dolson, you see the pass coming and expect her to take the shot immediately.
Pass to Billings. Harris. Here's Mitchell. Tries to snap the cold streak. Kelsey Mitchell missing again. Out of bounds, it'll be Fever ball. And a new group getting ready for the Storm. Indiana with the ball. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. Pass to Cunningham. Now Clark. Six on the shot clock. Here's Walker Kimbrough.
Yes, what an assist from Caitlin Clark.
I mean, that shot just becomes effortless for her when the defense is so relaxed like that.
And here's Magbagor.
Horston with it. Magbagor in the post. She's covered by Cunningham.
And a foul on the shot. She'll go to the stripe for two.
I really like it when Ezzy is aggressive inside, challenging the defense.
Shooting two.
That free throw, no good. And she sinks the second. And here's Walker Kimbrough. Clark outside.
Boston sets a screen.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot, and we'll shoot two at the line.
It's going to be on Dominique Malunga.
That free throw missing.
Well, you just have to be excited about Aaliyah Boston, a young woman with tons of skills. She dominated in college, and she's going to dominate in the WNBA.
She hits the second from the line.
Look, she did the important part at the line there. Made this a two-possession game.
Now Heidemann. Malunga outside. Brown. Here's Magbagor. That shot is good, and she has made 8 while only missing 4. That's 67% shooting. The Fever leading.
Boston outside.
Caitlin Clark penetrating. Inside to tie it up. And the layup good by Brown. It's a tie ball game.
Showing she is more than just a shooter. Lexi Brown takes it inside for 2.
Pass to Hines Allen. Mitchell outside. Caitlin Clark with the 3. Storm with the rebound.
Hard to figure out why she didn't bury that one. Had a defender near her.
Back to Magbagor. Horston.
Screen by Magbagor. To take the lead. And she takes it up and lays it in.
Give an assist there, not for a pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed her up and really just made that layup possible.
Now here's Clark from downtown. They get it again. Pass to Boston. The three. Magmagor grabs the miss. Seattle in the lead. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing in control.
Thorsten. Back to Magmagor. Shot clock at 5. Over Hines Allen. Again, Seattle.
Huge points from Ezzy. She wanted the ball, not scared of the moment.
Now here's Clark. Pass to Mitchell. Can they get it? That shot off.
Well, maybe she thinks she can shoot her way out of this cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Someone tell her it's time to give up the three.
Now here's Horston. She's covered by Cunningham. Brown with it. Here's Heidemann. Hits it from three-point range.
Very good possession. They've never lost their focus as this game has gone along.
And now that we're moving deeper into the fourth, it's at the point where they add a few more points to the lead and they can put this one away for good.
Absolutely.
Timeout called the Fever. Clark outside. From 18 feet away. That one a tad offline to the right, but it drops in for her.
She is setting this place on fire. Her shooting has been off the charts.
Pass to Brown. Three-pointer. They grab their own miss. Lexi Brown on the wing. Back to Magmagor. Horston. Clock at 6. Now here's Brown. Fires the three. Aaliyah Boston grabs the miss. Here's Clark. Outside Cunningham. Pass to Boston. And here is Mitchell. Screen by Hines Allen. A good look from Kelsey Mitchell. And she can't bank that one in.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, she's been ice cold. Very little going her way out there.
It's stolen by Aaliyah Boston. Clark, right side. And it's Seattle with the rebound. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Clark with the double team. Here's Seattle. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
Shooting 2.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And she cannot convert on the second. That one misses.
It's going to take something very special for them to come back now.
Well, something special and a little bit of luck.
And maybe some threes to rain down as well.
And the ball out of play, the Storm will have it. And so they foul intentionally.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws good this time. And it's an 8-point ball game.
Their comeback hopes are out the window. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, out the window, and the window has been closed. It's a done deal at this point.
Let's get home.
Here's Heidemann, and she commits the intentional foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
She hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. She's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop for her.
Time running low here.
Score quickly and then probably foul them.
You just can't waste time here.
Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring them within 3.
Love to see Cunningham rise to the occasion. You know she's feeling good hitting that one.
No choice but to foul there, but she's probably the last player they want to send to the line.
Yeah, but they didn't have the time to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Yeah, and that's a good point. They just could not waste any more time.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So she gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
No mistakes there, and I think you can close the book on this one, guys.
Timeout called the Fever.
They not only need to draw up a score here, but a quick one.
And once they get that quick strike, there has to be an immediate foul.
Yeah, Brian, they can't waste any time.
Here's Clark. Tries a 3 off the inbound. Magmador grabs the miss. And they go to the intentional foul.
Shooting 2.
And she misses the first one. Boy, she really wanted that one to fall. And she ends up making the second. And that increases their lead to 6. Pass to Boston. Here's Cunningham. Missed. And so it's Seattle winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances as the visiting team.
But that didn't seem to bother them one bit. road team, home team. All I know is at the end of the day, they were the better team.
And that'll wrap it up